All right, greetings, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. This is Professor Griff, and this is a 21-minute late. The Masters right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. Shout out to my good brother Kalanji. All right. This is on Black Power Media Reloaded, but it's brought to you by Serious Minds Are in TV. All right, thank you very much for joining me this evening. It's going to be a brief conversation, but hopefully it's a conversation that will, I don't know, spark some interest in you going a little bit deeper. All right, but let's talk about it. Anyway, tonight I want to talk about a simple question, and I need everyone to answer this for yourself first, then we can dialogue. What do we owe our ancestors? What do we owe our ancestors is the question I want to ask. All right. Excuse me if my voice gets a little raspy and scratchy, and yeah, hitting the reset button is no easy task when you're locked into a comfort zone, and when you're locked into I don't know, you could say a lifestyle, when you're locked into a way of doing things, and you tend to want to take the more uncomfortable route so you can at least clear the way to invite something new. I didn't say anything something better. I said something new, something different, and hopefully, inshallah, it will be better. With that said, I got invited this morning, and right before my workout, because hitting the reset button, one of the things I decided to do was pay a little bit closer attention to what my body is telling me. And when I say my body, my astral body, my etheric body, the different bodies, and then of course your spiritual body, and then of course to your physical body. And if you don't listen, you won't know the nutrients that the body needs at that particular time to sustain it. All right. So we have to tap into the self in order to listen intently to the self. All right. Ernest Grant, you're absolutely correct. All right. So I got invited today to go be among the 400 or 500 people, probably more than that was out there today to meet and greet and bring gifts to the Buddhist monks as they continue their journey to Washington, D.C. on foot, 2,000 miles. They're walking from Texas to Washington, D.C. Their stop was in Atlanta today, one of many stops, I think 5. And I was just one of those individuals that sat among them. You could say a short distance sitting at the feet of them, taking on instructions and being there, present with the hundreds of people that were out there, getting those valuable lessons. And the valuable lesson that I'm talking about, which some of you, I would like for some of y'all to lend some thought to. When we brought gifts to the monks today, we didn't think of how much it costs. We didn't think of what brand. We didn't think of any of those things. Something simple as bringing flowers, bringing water, bringing magnesium, bringing electrolytes that you could drop in a bottle of water, shake it up to give you that energy so you can continue your walk. As I sat there listening, and I filmed some of it, but I didn't want to do too much filming because I wanted to be present. I wanted to be there and feel the pulse of the people. And of course, you know, with and I take it in stride. Being there among hundreds of people, people are going to recognize you. They're going to want the picture, want the autograph. They want to talk. They want to take your time. And you just have to politely say to them, cool, let's take a quick picture, but let's be present. All right. The gifts I've learned, and I've already known this, the gifts we gave to them is not necessarily for their benefit. It's so the blessing can be bestowed upon us, because we are honored at sitting at their feet, not them at ours. Did I say that right? Yeah. So I want to be able, I'm humbled to bring water to somebody I think that might be thirsty on their 1,500th mile, walking for peace. Do I believe, and y'all know me, I don't really tie into this idea of belief, but for now, for this conversation, do I believe in the totality of the reasoning and the purpose behind them walking 2,000 miles for peace? Yeah, I do. Do we need healing and peace? Yep, I do. Sometimes the Creator will bring people into your life that you don't even know you need. Their guidance, their comfort, their wisdom, their kind word, their touch, their embrace. You might not know you need that. And then you think about losing and missing that individual. And it's like, yeah, okay. So, Buddhist monks walk a 120-day journey to spread kindness and compassion. All right. Supporters came out today. You would think some celebrity or some stars was going to be out there. But no, it was about 12 to 15 monks that were doing something simple, walking, stopping and talking to the people. It was a beautiful thing. You have to, if they're going up Georgia, I think South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. So go online. They have a thing where you can track, go meet them, go sit at their feet. All right. Bring the gifts. All right. Simply because they are doing something that probably many of us never thought about doing, never thought about walking for peace. All right. Some of us don't even think about peace. Although we want peace in our lives, we don't even think about peace. So let me use that to segue into my conversation tonight. What do we owe our ancestors? That event that I participated in today, among hundreds of others, is a microcosm. All right. As opposed to what we're going to talk about tonight, which is the macrocosm. The micro being the smaller thing, the macro being the larger thing. What is the larger thing that we're talking about? And then we'll work our way back and then back to the larger thing. If the larger thing is knowing and understanding this cycle of life, that one day, all right, you might be an ancestor and someone might be sitting on a show just like this, speaking your name. Pour libation, speaking your name. Saying prayers and speaking your name. All right. That cycle of life that your mom and dad gave birth to you, as Fukuyao, Dr. Fukuyao teaches, in his dealing with African cosmology, a seed within a seed, within a seed, within the greater seed, and then that seed sits in a greater seed. All right. I'm talking about you, the seed, your mom and dad, which is the seed, which is a greater seed, the 4 grandparents that you have, which is a greater seed, and then those 4 grandparents have 4 grandparents, which sits in a greater seed, and then that, all of them sit in a universe, and then that universe sits in that dark matter. So when we talk about the cycle of life, we're talking about those individuals that will see that you will grow old one day and your children's children will have to take care of you as you took care of your children. So this is not something to joke around and play with. When you can't wipe yourself and feed yourself, who will? When you can't speak up for yourself and defend yourself, who will? There are people, and I can honestly say this without sounding heady, high-minded, arrogant, pompous, any of those things. There are people that the Creator, regardless of what you call the Creator, for right now, let's just say the Creator, the Most High, the Source, have put among you, such as your brother, Professor Griff, that will speak up and speak out for you, and I don't even know you. All right? How do we handle those individuals that are living and walking among you right now? So I'm saying that to say this. I'm walking with some of those people. I was walking with some of those people today. But let me ask you this question. What do we owe our ancestors who never argued about whether or not we were Native American and from what tribe? Who never argued about whether or not we got African blood or Caribbean blood, or whether we African or whether we indigenous to America. They never argued about that stuff because the main goal was to see us forward. All right? The main goal is to see us forward. If I, me, little old me, have accepted what the Creator has put in me to do for you, and I kept it real with you, kept it honest, kept it transparent, stayed 10 toes down, and if I did that without flinching, right, what do you owe me? And I'm saying to you, hold on to that. Because the work that I have to do, my assignment is not complete. But I'm asking you to challenge yourself and ask yourself the question, what do I owe my ancestors that spoke up for me in areas that I had no knowledge of? I learned something today. No, let me hold back. Let me name some ancestors that you might know, that you might think that you might have an idea or an inkling of an idea that you owe them something. When I say owe them something, what do we owe our ancestors? Right now, Ernest Grant put on the screen to carry on where they left off. If we don't owe them anything else, can we do that? What do we owe our ancestors? Let me read some names off to you, and you ask yourself, what do you owe these individuals that have done a work way beyond your comprehension at the time that they were doing that work? All right? Okay. What do we owe the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King? Regardless of what you think of him, what do we owe him? You can put it in the comment. I'm going to open up the phone line. But I'm just asking, what do we owe Dr. King? How many people right now have an altar at home? An ancestor altar. When do we ever take time to sit down and consciously think of all those individuals that have fought, bled, and died to see that we are even allowed and able and have the freedom to even be on these platforms having this discussion, having the necessary freedoms that we have? What do we owe Rosa Parks? These are some of the ones that y'all know. I'm going to talk about the other ones that y'all might not know. What do we owe Harriet Tubman? What do we owe Frederick Douglass? What do we owe Fannie Lou Hamer? What do we owe Ida B. Wells? What do we owe Malcolm X? What do we owe Marcus Mosiah Garvey? What do we owe Nat Turner? What do we owe Che Guevara? What do we owe Patrice Lumumba? What do we owe the most honorable Elijah Muhammad? What do we owe all those fallen soldiers that we don't even know their names and to speak their names into the ether? The ether is everything that connects everything to everything. What about those individuals? One of the monks said today, told us to stop multitasking. Focus in on one thing. And let's get that one thing right. Because right now, AI is taking over. Technology is taking over our brains, our minds, right? And before we know it, we're going to look up and we're not going to be able to remember. Can y'all do me a favor, please? If you can you sit still for a second? And just bring it down just a little. What happens if you can't remember? You said the sound went out. They've been doing that to me lately. So the sound went out on Instagram. I know. What did you say? Now tell me, what did I say that would disturb them people? So y'all can hear me over here on YouTube and Facebook. They can't hear me over here. It's not on mute. I didn't mute anything. Trust me, I didn't mute. Thank you, Amy Essence. Now, I haven't said one thing in the last 20 minutes that would even cause these people to block the sound. I don't have any special equipment. I got a regular Rode microphone. I'm on a cell phone, a new one. Meta censored. You're right. Hold on, family. And they won't let me put a comment in. Can't comment, can't talk. Greetings from Brazil. Yeah, it won't let me do anything. All right. All right. Let's finish the conversation. I don't even, what is it that was so deep? What was it that was so profound or threatening to anyone at this stage of the game? What? Anyway, so if I mention to you some of the individuals that you may not know of, right, that are fallen soldiers, you said, what is the topic? The topic is, what do we owe our ancestors? What do we owe our ancestors? What do we owe our ancestors? That's, yeah. And I thought about that simply because if we are at the point where we are showing our gratitude, should we owe them everything? We owe them respect. What else do we owe them? Reverence. Can I mention some of the things that we might do to show that level of respect? In order to keep the ancestors speak to us from within us. So if that is the case, and it is, do we even mention their names? Do we pour libation? Do we sit quiet and reflect on who these individuals are? I mean, I do. I have several altars. My own personal ancestor altar. Then there's shared altars. So can I just mention a few names of some people? Is that possible? How many people remember Dr. Francis Cress Welsing? Can you give me a thumbs up? Can you? How many people remember Dr. Francis Cress Welsing? She wrote the book, The ISIS Papers. How many people remember the boxer Jack Johnson? How many people remember Zora Neale Hurston? Do you know the woman? You know Zora? Okay. How do we say their names in the echo chamber so that it reverberates and the next 7 generations will know who those individuals are? Do you remember? I'm just asking you this personally now. Do you remember your grandmother's grandmother? Be honest with me. Do you remember your grandmother's grandmother? Okay. So let me ask you, if you said yes, how? Someone had to tell you, someone had to tell you stories, someone had to give you the history, someone had to show you the picture, and you either put it in a scrapbook or you put it on the shelf above the fireplace, or you had a special place in your home where you have those pictures of those individuals in the family. So when you have the family reunion, you get together and you discuss those individuals. And you had heritage and you had a tradition and you had the way we do things in our family, and you carried on the name and you knew the history. And some of y'all gossiped and some of y'all, did some other things. But nonetheless, what are the things that we put in place to remember our grandmother's grandmother? And then would she be proud if she was still living and looking at how you turned out? Would she be proud? I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and I asked her, if your dad was living, would your dad be proud? She said, yes, my dad would be proud of me. And knowing that individual to the degree that I know her, I can honestly agree with her dad would be proud of not only her, the beautiful woman that she is, her accomplishments, where she is in life, her giving, kind nature. So I'm asking the question, do you know your grandmother's grandmother? And if she was living, what would she say about you? And that's moving me closer to one of my points. My point is, do I wake up every day? John Trey, salute, good bro. John Trey, one of the soldiers in the field. Do I wake up every day thinking, I'm going to be positive today. I'm going to be peaceful today. This is one of the things that one of the monks asked us to do. Wake up every morning and say, today's going to be a peaceful day. Not what Ice Cube said, today's going to be a good day. That's cool too. But today is going to be a peaceful day. And it was a peaceful day. Stay on your path. All right. Stay in the bosom of your creator. All right. Don't drown out the voices of your ancestors' names when you hear their names. Don't allow other people to speak ill of your ancestors in your present. If you don't have anything to say to defend them because you might not know certain things, it's best to just humble yourself and bow out. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Tonight's topic, pardon me, is what do we owe our ancestors? And if you're coming up with the answer of no, then you forfeited your right to enter the ancestral realm. Okay. I'm going to open up. I'm not accepting everyone's invitation to come on. I'm sending this out, but I'm going to be honest with you. Everyone's not invited. That's not a mean-spirited thing on my part. That's not, no. I'm hitting the reset button in my life. I am purposely Xing out people in my life. So if you're one of them individuals, you reach out to me and I don't respond, I'm asking you to look deep within. And on the flip side, if I reach out to you and you don't respond, I at least want to know why, because I'm thinking I hold a place in your life. And I'm thinking any situation can be talked about. Trust me, it can. And if I meant anything to you, then we should be woman enough and man enough to say, yeah, you mean something to me. I love you. I like you. You're cool. You whatever, but whatever the thing is. Okay. Somebody said, is that me? I don't even know you. Who are you? No, I don't know. I think a lot more people know me than I know people. I know a lot of people. But the people out there that really know, you know whether or not you're in my inner circle. You know. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a Leo. I'm born August 1st. And if you know anything about Leos, we don't have a big circle. We got a small inner circle, and then we might have another circle. You know right now, wherever you're sitting, wherever you're listening to me from or at, you know whether or not if you're in my inner circle. And there's not too many people in that inner circle. You know, when I say inner circle, don't get it twisted. You know how some people call you and you don't even answer the phone for them? But some people might text you and call you and you hit them right back. You know you hold a place for them in your heart. Leos, yeah, we are just some different kind of. Yeah, we built different. Man. Red Lotus, shout out, bro. We just built different. If I'm on my show, which this is going to be, Wednesday is going to be the last show for some time. If I'm on here and I'm calling your name, whether I just thinking about you or I see you on the screen or whatever, and I'm acknowledging you, then yeah, you might be in my inner circle. Yeah. And because I see you and you on here and I don't mention you, that don't mean you're not. If I have some unscrupulous time in the morning or nighttime, have had conversations with you, you might be in my inner circle because I'm not disturbing my rest to speak to anyone. If I take time to call you, text you, or whatever, I'm concerned about your mama and your drunk uncle and your granddaughter who just got in damn kindergarten and she failing, and we having that conversation, then you might be in my inner circle. Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to go through this the astrological signs, but Scorpios, y'all are something else. You're either going to be on the good side of the Scorpio or the bad side. Once you get them on the good side, though, they're good. Yeah. There's some things I know about certain signs that, because I've interacted with Scorpios, I've interacted with Cancers. My son's a Cancer. I've interacted with Aquarius. Aquarius are beautiful people. Love them to life. Aquarius is loyal to a fault. Some things I don't like about Aquarius. Sometimes I want to say to the Aquarius, why are you acting weird to me? Why are you acting weird to me? Thought we were cool. But you gotta love them. Anyway. Cancers, you might not see them for a minute. They all right, but they just in the damn house somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, let's not talk about that. All right. I'm gonna put this. If anyone wants to come on, let me know. I'm only going to be on it for a few minutes. I don't know. I can't run through the signs, man. I know how Leos interact with people. Yeah, Leos. I saw something today on Leos, man. People keep let me explain something about Leos. Y'all keep putting this thing on us that we have to be the center of attention. No, we don't. You know what happens, though? When we step in the room, you know we there. Leos, we ain't got to roar. Leos, we don't have to kick, scream, whatever. When we step into the room, it is on and popping. Okay. All right. Is this male, female? I don't know how to pronounce your name. Talk to me.
Aquet Kava S. Onk, and I'm a female in San Francisco, California.
I apologize for calling you a female, a woman. But peace. How are you?
Greetings. I'm doing well. Right. So a lot of things that you were actually speaking about when it came to our ancestors. Mm-hmm. Speaking about my grandmother, my great grandmother. Right. Mm-hmm. I know exactly what they would say as far as about me is not to allow someone to disrespect me as a being altogether.
Right.
And when it comes to the last name, sir, is there any Hextalls out there? Shout out to you. Any Browns out there? Shout out to you. Any Coopers out there, shout out to you. Any Lambs out there, shout out to you. Any Brinkleys out there, shout out to you. Because we come from that lineage of our family. We don't have to turn around and get a card or anything else for someone to tell us what our identity is.
Right.
Right? Because I was around my great aunts. I was around my grandmother. This year is the first year our family will not have our grandmother at the table. Wow. And she's the one who kept the family together. She's the one who had the family reunions. And guess what? One of the things I had to get on my family about, that she turned around and she didn't hire a caterer. And we had enough food for all of us to eat. And we have a huge family. Okay. And she put the tents up. She had everything out there. She had the drinks if you wanted. She had the beer. She had the music out there. She did it on her land in North Carolina, Littleton, North Carolina. And she didn't ask anybody to bring her anything. Only thing she wanted was her family around.
Wow. Yeah.
And today is the 4th day of Kwanzaa, and it goes into cooperative economics. And when you want to talk about cooperative economics, how come we're not talking about investing in our own families?
Right.
How come we're not talking about investing in our own children? When we turn around and we spend money at Walmart, Target, or the rest of the 238 stores that are also owned by white supremacists or other people that does not have us in their collective, when you spend money for them, you are giving money to their children's trust fund.
Right.
You're going to go outside and buy your children a toy that they're not going to play with next year because technology keeps going on and on and on and on. So that same toy that you spent millions of dollars on, exaggerated, still turns around and it goes to the trust fund of the oppressor.
Right.
But the thing is, did you turn around and call your lawyer? Did you turn around and call your accountant? Did you go to your bank and set up generational wealth for your child to have, that they don't have to work for nobody?
Right.
When they are 18, 21, 25, and etc., etc., etc.
All right, real. All right, really appreciate you. Really appreciate you, sister.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for allowing me. And I love you, Professor Griff. I remember when I was in D.C., and that's when D.C. was black.
Right.
Operator out there in D.C. driving the bus. And that was when Mother Taylor was still living. I don't know if you remember her. But she had a building over there. They was with the Yoruba tribe. And you came to the Sankofa building.
Okay,
Yeah. And it was so packed that we couldn't get in there. They wouldn't let nobody in. And we got tickets and everything, but they wouldn't let us in, right? So Mother Taylor let us get on top of the roof of her building. So we could hear you outside, but we were sitting on top of the roof drinking beers and chilling. And then I remember when you came down to Norfolk, Virginia, over there on 35th Street.
Right.
And so I've been following you for a minute. Damn, I'm about your age. Well, you might be a little older, but I turned 54 on 26th of December.
Well, nah, sis, I got some years on you. I just turned 65.
65? Well, it ain't that many years.
Come on,
we
now.
was following you back in the day, brother. You know it. You know it, Professor Griff.
I was breakdancing while you were doing the WAP. Anyway, I really appreciate you.
We was breakdancing too.
I really appreciate you, all right? All right, take care,
Black
sister.
power, Professor Griff. Black power.
Take care. All right, peace. All right. Oh, give thanks. All right. We have sisters like that are out there that's just have the the energy to pass it forward. If we don't speak our ancestors' names, all right, and echo their names so our children's children can hear who these individuals are. Can anybody tell me who is Ron Karenga? Who is Ron Karenga? Oh, give thanks, man. Bank Star, Goddess, give thanks. Bank Star Goddess. I hit the reset button the other day. Yeah, and I'm taking my body through hell. I'm putting some clips up on Instagram, and you'll see what I'm going through. Just follow the journey. You understand what I'm saying? I'm working with these old bones after going through years and years of martial arts, breaking wood and breaking bricks and all that kind of stuff. My body's starting to feel it now. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I'm trying to keep the mind sharp. I'm keeping the warrior spirit alive, because how else young people are going to know what a warrior look like unless they see warriors. All right. Okay. Who's Ron Karenga? Can someone tell me? The founder of US. What is US? What is US? Come on. Oh, give thanks. The Nadia Galloway. Give thanks, Queen. You ain't lying. Getting older is not fun. So Ron Karenga gave us Kwanzaa. Real quick, can we name the 7 days of Kwanzaa? If you're going to name them, tell me what the definition. Give me the meaning of the day. All right. What was the first day of Kwanzaa? Just type it in. I'm good. The first day was what? How are we going to honor our ancestors in what they gave us to keep us together? And we can't even remember who they are and what they contributed. Come on, we have to. I'm challenging you to challenge you. I'm not challenging you. I'm challenging you so you can challenge yourself. Stop for a second, turn the sitcom off, bring it down, turn the volume down. Let's dialogue for a minute. I'm only going to be on here for a few more minutes. Someone said, what do you mean when you hit the reset button? I'm hitting the reset button. In the morning, more water, more prayer, more meditation. The night before, more sleep. And in the morning, or whenever I work out, I'm going for Umoja. What is Umoja? What is Umoja? So you said unity. Thank you very much, Dre57. Umoja, unity, striving for unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Second day of Kwanzaa is what? Maulana Karenga, scholar, revolutionary, founder of Kwanzaa. Thank you. Second day of Kwanzaa is what? Come on, family. Family, listen to me. We can't just have fun all our damn lives. One point in time in our life, we got to say, nope, I got to take a stand on this thing right here. Because all you're going to do is just have fun? No. We're going to learn how to honor our ancestors. Second day of Kwanzaa is Kujijakalia, which is self-determination. Kujijakalia. Say it to yourself. Get in the mirror. Get the brush. Say it to yourself. Kujijakalia. Self-determination, defining, naming, creating for self, speaking for our own selves. The third day of Kwanzaa is what? What's the third day of Kwanzaa? I know this sounds like we're in 6th grade, but we got to do this. Somebody will hear this and appreciate it. Trust me. What is the third day of Kwanzaa? I'm waiting for you. Come on, family. Ujima or Ujima or Ujima. All right, what is Ujima or Ujima? What is it? What is Ujima? Ujima's collective work and responsibility. Collective work and responsibility. Collective, coming together. I know you got your own gig and you make good money, but what is your collective work? And then what is your duty and your responsibility given to us by Dr. Amos Wilson? What is your responsibility? All right. The fourth day is what? Give me the fourth day. I'm going to get you, Nadia Galloway. What is the fourth day? Y'all better look it up on them expensive cell phones y'all got. Ujamas, cooperative economics. Cooperative, you have to cooperate to bring the economics together. Cooperative economics, building and supporting our own business. The sister that just came on here from California laid that out for us perfectly. All right. Cooperative economics. What are we building for ourselves? The fifth day is what? Come on now. What is the fifth day of Kwanzaa? The fifth day is Nia, which is purpose. Thank you very much, Amy. The fifth day, which is Nia, which is purpose. Making our collective vocation the building of our communities. All right? Our collective vocation, building our communities. This is why it's important to honor the ancestors. I'm not saying get on your knees and praise the ancestors. There's none that's due praise but the creator, the source. All right? But what do we owe our ancestors? All right? And the sixth day of Kwanzaa is what? What's the sixth day of Kwanzaa? Come on. The sixth day of Kwanzaa would be Kuumba, creativity. Kuumba, creativity. All right? Leaving our community more beautiful and more beneficial than we found it. All right, let's take that on a personal level. If I meet you and we dialogue like I'm meeting you now, I want to leave you better than I found you. This is why I say to people in groups of people, the divinity in me salutes and celebrates the divinity in you. Ashe? Ashe. Seventh day of Kwanzaa is what? Dre 57 is ahead of me. Imani, which is faith. Believing in our people, teachers, leaders, and the righteousness of our struggle. Believing in our people, teachers, leaders, and the righteousness of our struggle. All right. Umoja, Kujijakalia, Ujima, Umoja, Nia, Kuumba, Imani. 7 principles of Kwanzaa. What does the term Kwanzaa mean? Kwanzaa is what? The harvest, the fest. What is the Nguzu Saba? What is the Nguzo Saba? What we just went over, which is the 7 principles, is called the Nguzo Saba. All right? It's a 7-day Pan-African festival given to us by Maulana Karinga. All right? We're saying, yeah, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. Some of us have make mistakes, but that's not the totality of who we are as a people and as individuals. Oh, give thanks. There's nothing like hitting the reset button and learning these things all over again. We have to make these things applicable to our children's and children's lives. All right? If this is not your thing, it's not your thing. I would ever path you on, pass on those positive things on. All right? But the main thing is we owe our ancestors. All right? So we're not only going to give back, we're going to pay it forward. All right? This is your brother, Professor Griff. All right? This is Arm the Masses right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. Brought to you by Serious Minds RNTV. Family, Wednesday is my last show. If you're up Wednesday morning, I'll be on the Carl Nelson show. All right? Out of the DMV area. I'll be on the Carl Nelson show Wednesday. All right? And I'll be back on here Wednesday night for my last show. All right? Listen, when the true beginning of the year start, I'm going to think about where I'm at and I'm going to think about revamping the show in a different kind of way. All right, but I have to take this time to hit the reset button. I got to rethink some things. I got to pull it in like we all should be doing. This is the winter time. Pull it in. All right. Rethink some things. As the Sankofa teaches us, we're standing in the present, moving forward, but we always have to go back and fetch it. This is the time where we should be getting quiet. All right. What time is the last show? 8 o'clock Wednesday night. All right. I'm going to be talking about retreating is not defeat. So if I pull back and retreat, that doesn't mean I'm defeated. All right. Like I explained on the other show, just because you might see some bruises and scars and me beat up. All right. If you're in my inner circle, then it might behoove you to say, wait a minute, that brother, that's a good brother. Let me take some of this ointment and put it on some of them scars and bandage some of them scars up, and he'll help heal some of them wounds. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're in my inner circle. All right. I'm going to be honest with you. The pain that I'm going through right now with beating myself up, with hitting this reset button. Yeah, it's hard, but hey, I'm built for it. Absolutely. I just did a water fast for 30 days. Wow. Wow. I just fasted for 18 hours, building myself up. And then even when I went to go eat, it was just kind of difficult for me because my body is aching from the outside. I'm in pain right now. You know, just it's happening. So, but I'm going to get through it. All right. So anyone that's also hitting the reset button, and you're fasting and you're praying and you're pulling it in and you're getting it together. All right. We all need support units. especially the men. Because where do we go and get thanks? Where do I go and somebody say thank you? Well, not me. Let me not say that. Well, once the arrow leaves the bow, you can't pull it back. But let me not say that. You know why? Because everywhere I go, people thank me. And black people, we some beautiful people. Some of us need some straightening out, but we some beautiful people. Everywhere I go, trust me, family, everywhere I go, when you see me and I see you, we're always shaking hands, hugging, talking, and you always say thank you. I've had men that I don't even know pay for my meals, pay for me to get in places, just, yeah, push me back, stick up for me, whether it's verbally or physically. So I can't say that. I get the love from the people. All right. One of the people I used to run with is on here now, Amy Essence. She'll tell you. Wherever I'm involved in and we cool, I'm going to invite you. Because I want you to experience it too. All right. But when I come up out of this and go through what I'm going through, yeah, I want to be a better person. I want to be better than the person I was last year. Of course. That's why I'm hitting the reset button. All right. And like I said on the other show, I don't want to become the demon that I'm trying to destroy. I first got to start with the self. All right. Microphone fiend. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. My man Drew in the building. See what I mean? If I recognize you and mention your name, yeah, then yeah, you that dude. Because I could have looked at that and just kept on talking. All right. Let me say this as I leave. Everything we think that's negative, we don't have to say. If it's not true, don't say it. If it's not real or if it's not true, don't think it. Y'all know me. I'm a Leo. I'd rather the ugly truth than a dressed up, pretty ass lie. Give it to me. I'll take it. All right. And to the gentleman earlier that asked me about my hoodie, nope, you cannot have my hoodie. No, this is a large. Yeah. And you wouldn't want this one anyway. It smells like Griff. Frankincense, myrrh, oud, whatever. Yeah. All right, family. Love y'all to life. All right. I am working on the Soul Om album. I'm going to finish it. I'm working on The Enemy of My Enemy, which is probably going to be my last hip hop album. The Enemy of My Enemy. I already wrote it. I've had it in my computer for a minute. I'm just gonna put it out there. And something else I just can't reveal right now. But anyway, keep shining, keep making music, keep doing your thing, keep speaking your truth. All right. Guess who is the best person at being you? You. The best person at being you is you. Oh, yeah. Quinn, of course, man. Yo, the music you sent me was dope, bro. Just trying to figure some things out about it. All right. Oh, The Enemy of My Enemy. You heard one song already, which is Amnesia. I'm about to do the video to Amnesia and remix it right now as we speak, man. All right. It's Professor Griff. I love y'all to life. I got to get ready to get out of here. All right. I found myself at 65 going to bed early, getting up a whole lot earlier so I could get it in. Go to my Instagram channel and check out the progress. Check out the story. I'm dropping something every other day. My workout, what I'm doing. All right. Okay. And that's not for monetary value. That's just so you can get with me. I can get with you. You can say, okay, if a 65-year-old man can punch, kick, and hit like that, I want to be doing that too. Drew, where you at, man? Where's that snake style at? Anyway, gratitude. Love y'all to life. Respect. All right. Peace.